What's going on, fellow Gundam reviewers? My name is Squid Oyster One. It has been quite a bit of a new video. Unfortunately, I'm still here in California, unfortunately, but I have just bought a couple of Gundam models. This one just came in about, I would say about Monday, which is yesterday. I actually came in on Sunday. It came on Sunday, and the rest of my other models came in on yesterday, which I'm happy about that. I will be making other videos of later. So we are going to review RX-78XX Pixy Gundam with Reber custom. Now, during the 1-year war with 0079, when the Federation first heard that the Gundam unit that they built for Project Victory has made a huge success, destroying the enemy's forces, of the Zeon forces, of their mobile suits and their artillery, or even bases itself. After hearing the complete success on the project, so they started making more Gundam units. You'll probably see them in the, like, Gundam 08 Team or Gundam in Thunderbolt, or even other Gundams itself from one of the SD Gundam games, like the Murdoch Gundam or Mudrock Gundam. I don't know why I call it Murdoch, but this one was particular. This one was supposed to be given to Amuro with not really much of his specifications of the unit. Mainly, this machine is only on Earth combat. Unfortunately, it was not adapted or upgraded for space combat yet. There has been so many other Gundam unit types that the Federation made during the 1-year war. Probably have over a dozen of them. So what this particular Gundam is that it's only made for close combat assaults. Of course, on the picture, as you see it, that it has a beam Uzi and then a couple of beam daggers and some machine gun clips on its side, which is interesting because you see like these beam hilts right here from Gundam Origins with the Gym Guard with their little beam daggers, but this one's a lot more unique than the other ones. So usually the GM guards would just have it just for daggers, like for close combat. But this one, it's unique because you can actually put it underneath the beam Uzi and use it as an actual machine gun, then a beam dagger at the same time if you're firing upon a Zeon Zaku, and if one's coming by from your other side, like say he's coming out from your left, then you'll be able to ignite the beam dagger from the other side of the Uzi to actually stab it closely before it tries to make a critical hit on the mobile suits. Now, this colorization of the Pixy Gundam was been customized by the Wraith squad that I mentioned, by the Gundam unit type from the other video. So the original color of the Pixy Gundam was supposed to be white, blue, and red, but mostly white and blue. And during its transport, it was supposed to be on its way towards White Base to at first it was at the drop-off point out of a small Federation base. It wasn't heavily defended, it was just a small unit, a small base for transporting supplies. So a average pilot ended up piloting a Pixy Gundam for a short time to defend off the Zeon forces, one of their special forces, who are retreating from the front lines and actually try to gather supplies and head back to the main base. But unfortunately, they came across towards the Federation base that were going to send this Pixy Gundam to Amuro and the White Base. So the average pilot had no choice but to use the Pixy Gundam due to his sheer mobility over the Zakus were astounding. It was much more faster than the original Gundam itself. And again, like I said, it was only made for Earth combat, not even for space. Unless if this did send it up to Amuro, Amuro might have made it upgraded to space combat. So after the fight between the average pilot and the Zeon Special Forces for attacking their base, the Zeons ended up having their full retreat without getting any of the supplies. But one of the commanding officers stayed behind to hold off the Pixy Gundam from from taking out the rest of his squadrons. So the Pixy Gundam was absolutely lucky as heck to be able to defeat the commanding officer with a special GUF model. It's like a GUF type unit. It had a shotgun, it had a beam sword, technically like a beam sword, kind of like the GUF's Heat Hawk sword or something like that, but it was a custom-made GUF for the commander. Well, the commander fell from his attack, and then he ended up dying out in the middle of the sand, and the Federation pilot, he couldn't return back to the base when the base was pretty much destroyed. So he ended up trying to go over to any relocation of another Federation base who was nearby, and upon that journey, we never seen the pilot again. Now, on the Missing Link story, when I mentioned about the Wrath Squad or the Wraith Squad that goes out of the Federation, and during the whole mission, during the whole stab in the back when the Federation officer made the Wrath Squad as traitors of the Federation, they're on their way to try to go up to the Xeons, this HLV's locations, try to get out to space and lay low for a while until the war is over. And then one of the squadrons, named Reber, actually found Pixy Gundam himself. He found it abandoned in the sand dunes for quite a bit. Unfortunately, the pilot who piloted the Pixy Gundam was not around, so we can't determine if the pilot died or he abandoned the Gundam unit. Either it was low on power or fuel or anything at all. But we never hear anything from that pilot again. So within that, Reber made his own colorizations to the Pixy Gundam and used it as his own. Since it's his first time to actually see an actual Gundam, he was excited and made it his own. Within that, the whole end of the story is that the Raid Squad was able to get up to speech with the HLVs, and then that's the last point where we see Pixy Gundam from the game. I haven't read the mangas. I really need to find the way to read the mangas. The ones I search up, they're only in Japanese. I have no time to learn it, unfortunately. But I will be taking a course somewhere sooner over North Carolina, maybe a Japanese learning class or so. Anyway, unfortunately, I was not able to find this on Gundam Planet. Gundam Planet does have the picture of the Pixy Gundam of the Wrath Squad. Reber's customized color on the website itself, but it is currently sold out because a lot of these premium models are, I don't know if it's this easy thing to say that's hard to get in stock. I would say that, or it's just that it's limited edition for their inventory and they won't restock it again. I can't say. It's either between 50 to 50 for those two choices. Big Bad Toy Store, unfortunately, they do not have it in stock. They did have this in stock and the other Pixy Gundam for a while. I would say about maybe 6 or 7 months ago, but it's no longer on that site. So my only site that I've actually found this is on Amazon. If you guys are looking for a Pixy Gundam on your collection, I would suggest check on Amazon. Of course, Amazon's going to be pricey, but I actually got this for about $70 with Amazon Prime, of course. And the regular color of the Pixy Gundam is about $5 more from this custom, which is oddly enough that this one's more expensive than, this one's cheaper than the other one. So if you guys want to get a premium model for your collection, I recommend you guys get this. It's interesting, unique to build the Pixy Gundam, to be honest. It is really interesting how you build it, because most of the joints are like in a weird shape when you start building it. So that is going to be it for now, guys. I will be making another video later. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, or if you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. And if you guys want to click that subscribe button for keep this channel growing, awesome. And then I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.